Alright, first video. Dang, bro. Dang, bro. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so is fixing depression so complicated that you need to pay for a therapist and possibly even antidepressant pills? Or maybe, just maybe, just think for a second. All it takes are habits and philosophy. First, we gotta start with the habits. And, we can just imagine what does like a typical depressed person's daily life look like. It probably includes waking up late, spending way too much time on their phone, probably eating a lot of junk food, or maybe barely eating at all. And we know these habits correlate very well to a depressed person's, daily routine. Now let's switch it up. What does a typical healthy person's daily routine look like? I can imagine he gets his responsibilities in check, probably works out, does good in his job, has a good diet, and probably actually goes outside and touches grass. So what would let's think of the logical solution here. Like, what could we do to help the depressed person with these two examples that I just gave you? Let's think. Oh, I think I know. Changing the habits of the depressed person to look more like the imaginary, healthy, happier person's daily routine. Some of you might be thinking, but Daniel, the depressed person is doing these habits because they're depressed. That's why their daily routine looks like that. And to that I say no. That person's just using depression as an excuse to have, that unhealthy, lazy routine. They don't have the courage to get up and change the routine. I have a feeling that made some of you want to click off. But the truth is that, there's a lot of power in the person that's depressed. There is no magic solution that's gonna make all your problems go away, but you can talk to someone about your problems, and maybe that can make you feel a little better, but overall, when push comes to shove, you got to get up and do that work. Get back in healthy shape. Get back to a healthy, calm, relaxed, peaceful mind and lifestyle. First habit is getting that vitamin D. And vitamin D is actually the best vitamin you can take to help reduce your depression. And you can get vitamin D from the sun. So if you've been inside all day, then you're probably deprived of vitamin D. So just go out for a nice walk. I know summer's about to end. I had like 90-degree weather recently, but I think it's gonna go down real soon. Just go out for a run or a walk. Just go out for a run or a walk. Feel the cool breeze. Get that vitamin D. Or if you don't want to touch grass, you don't want to go outside, you want to stay inside all day, then you can at least take some vitamin D supplements, which I'm pretty sure are cheap. Me personally, going out on walks, it really empties my mind. Like, it's hard for me to think about anything, to be honest. I'm just too busy, like, enjoying nature. So, you should try it. The next habit is nutrition, alright? They say your body is like a machine. You gotta feed it the right oil for it to function properly. If you're chugging down like 10 sodas every day with like 12 Hot Pockets, then you can't really expect to feel very great after that. So, yeah. You gotta get those right vitamins and minerals for longevity, that athleticism, good brain health. Just like vitamin B1, fun fact, is the best vitamin for reducing anxiety. So if you claim to have problems with that, then you should get some vitamin B1. I'm pretty sure vitamin B1 is water soluble though. So, I mean, I don't know, you can do a quick Google search, but I'm pretty sure that means that when you cook it, it takes away the vitamin. Then again, just like those vitamin D supplements that I told you about, you can get vitamin B1 supplements, I'm pretty sure, probably 100%. Why am I saying probably? All right, this is the last obvious habit. After this one, I am going to tell you about the philosophy part, which is probably more important. Yeah. Exercise. Okay. Everybody knows about exercise. We know it's good for you. So why don't you do it? If you know exercise is good for you and you have depression and you're trying to fix it, then you got to get that exercise in. All right? Get that good serotonin out of your brain. My guy. You know, you could get your local gym membership. Go to your local gym. If you can't do that, you could go for a run outside. If a run is too advanced for you right now, start with a walk. You could also do a sport. Park, maybe. Go to your local park with a friend. Or socialize over there if you want. Go maybe sports club. Giving you ideas here. I personally do calisthenics though at home. So I know you can't use the local, I don't have a gym membership as an excuse not to work out, because you can actually work out at home. I might show some pictures right now, but I do pull-ups. I got my pull-up bar, put on the door, push-up bars, got resistance bands, and some workout gloves, which I kind of lost one recently, so I've been hurting my hands getting that calluses. But yeah, you know, I know how much I used to hate running, so, but now it's actually not that bad. I've gotten used to it because I've ran decently consistent over, took me a while, but I finally got here after, getting that proper mindset in instead of using excuses every time not to go on a run. So it's gonna end. The recording is gonna end. All right. 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. My camera stopped recording. My bad. And something about this autofocus. I did research my camera before getting it, and it's known to be pretty bad at autofocus. I always have to put manual focus and then the autofocus after it. It seems. Yeah, is what it is. But back to the video. Back to the video. Listen. So running. Me personally, I used to hate running so much. That's why, well, I won't say that's why it took me forever to start running. That was completely my fault. I should have learned. I can admit I have some humility. It took me a while to learn to run consistently. And yeah, it was all about that mentality. Eventually you just gotta break that wall, that sensitive wall, that lazy wall that doesn't want to let you keep running, that doesn't want to let you push yourself, push the limits. Then you don't want to work out, then you don't want to fix your depression, I guess. I mean, you don't have to start with an intense workout. Just start walking. If you've been stuck in bed all day, your depression is really that bad, maybe walk around the house. Your body, it wants. You don't have to start with such intense workouts. You can just, I know if you're really that depressed right now, if it's really that hard, the resistance is really that bad, I won't blame you for not immediately going David Goggins mode. So you can just at least walk around the house, right? Get warmed up, Start walking around the house to the fridge, maybe. You haven't been eating? Walk to the fridge, eat a little bit. You've been eating too much? Walk away from the fridge, you know? Walk to other rooms, not the kitchen. And, yeah. I know the resistance may be really hard for you right now. If you're really depressed, then you can just start. You don't have to immediately go David Goggins mode. You can just start walking around the house instead of laying in bed all day. If you haven't eaten recently, then walk to the fridge, get some food, eat. You've been eating too much though. Walk away from the fridge, close that fridge, put that food back, walk around other rooms. Start doing some push-ups, maybe just 10 push-ups, and slowly rise that number. But I guess that's maybe for another video. I'm not gonna get too much in depth with that. I'm not trying to waste time on that. We gotta move on to other stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, cold shower. Recommend it, especially in the hot heat. It's been summer, and I mean, I don't know if it's still in the 90s right now, Fahrenheit. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know if it's still in the 90s right now, the degrees Fahrenheit. But that cold shower really does help. It wakes you up, it gives you some energy because you're like, whoo! You get in that cold shower, whoo! That's the kind of noises you make. You go, whoo! So, yeah. Now, in this day and age, it is likely to happen. So I am going to just briefly talk about the people that feel some resentment about me so calmly, simply talking about these solutions to depression. Just hear me out for a second. My whole stance on this, on my solution, my personal treatment to this depression is rather theoretical, you know? I mean, it's worked for me, you know? I don't feel good when I'm lazy. And that's all I know. My friends, they don't feel good when they're lazy. So, that's all the experience I know. And from hearing from other people, educated people, on self-improvement. And, I'm just trying to help. Just because it's theoretical does not mean you should completely throw it away. I mean, if it sounds like it makes sense to you, it sounds like maybe it'll work. Like maybe if you're depressed and you can barely get out of bed, you would I would expect that you're desperate and you would take any solution that sounds like somewhat right. So instead of just taking that one solution of paying for a therapist, maybe antidepressant pills, maybe you can first try it. Maybe if you don't want to pay for that, maybe your state of indigence. Yes, I learned that word. Is not great. Maybe you're in a state of indigence. Indigent. Did I use the right word? I don't know. So maybe you don't want to pay for a therapist. So I would expect that you would be kind of desperate to pick a solution that just somewhat sounds like it would help. I mean, we all know healthy habits are what you're supposed to do. Every doctor would gladly recommend that you fix up your habits. Any philosopher would recommend, any psychologist would recommend. So start with that. Start doing this independently, Start seeing if you can solve this on your own, if you don't need a professional on it. Start seeing that. And I want you guys to comment down below if this helps you, especially in the philosophy part. That's what I'm most interested. That's what I'm gonna ask, especially to get feedback on, like people that actually try it, not people that like get 1 second, like 5 seconds into it and are like, nah, never mind, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to being depressed real quick. I'm gonna go back to being lazy. Go back to doing nothing all day. I want some criticism. I want some criticism. This is my first video, and I am if from this video I can get feedback that tells me that these solutions worked for them, especially the introspection, like I mentioned, then that would be great. Then boom, we just started a new movement of fixing depression, solving depression in such simple ways, and we can help a lot of people in the world. Hopefully, this is YouTube. I'm trying to spread my information to as many people as I can. But let's move on to the philosophy part now. This is the last part. Let me say this. There's no point in trying any of this if you're not gonna do it with great effort, alright? And this specific part, I mean, all the other ones also take a lot of resistance, I won't lie. I'm not gonna knock that. But yeah. I've been saying but yeah a lot. I've realized that. Now, what am I going to talk about? Introspection. You may be asking, what is introspection? Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you. Define. I'm in caps lock. Define introspection. Alright. The examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. Let me tell you how you're going to use it. Anytime you feel you act illogical or unnecessarily emotional, you got to take note of that. All right, you got to take note of that. And then when you're alone in a room, in your bedroom, maybe sit at your bed, stare at a wall, and just no distractions. Just think and evaluate your brain. Right? You gotta fix the illogical to be logical. Alright? The whole point of this is to be logical. You gotta be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Lying to yourself will only ruin it, and you'll just be stuck where you are. You gotta take action. Oh. Looking at my script, I was talking without it for a bit, and I realized that I'm not talking about introspection yet. I'll leave a little bit of it, just so you guys know of introspection. And then I'll make a specific video on introspection, like an introspection tutorial, I guess. But, I mean, I've introduced it now. You can give me that criticism in the comments. I'll still make that other video for content. I'll still make that other video of introspection. It'll be more detailed than what I'm putting in this video. But yeah, let's move on. What I was actually supposed to talk about was finding purpose. Yeah, purpose. I actually read this book. I'm reading this book recently. Started reading this book recently. Ikigai. Yeah, that one talks a lot about purpose. I made the script a while ago, by the way. Yeah. Alright. Find some purpose. Without purpose, what's the point of life? Am I right? Purpose is a meaning for life. A meaning. The reason why you do things. The reason why you work. The reason why you get out of bed. My purpose, personally, is more than just my current life. It is Catholicism. Yeah, Catholicism. I am a Roman Catholic, so I find my purpose through God. Through Jesus, the Holy Trinity. You know what I'm saying? Getting to heaven. You know, a good moral compass. Find purpose in being financially available to people, self-improvement, and getting to heaven through salvation. Specifically, my purpose is being financially independent and available to help family members and friends, and be able to donate some good money to charity every year. I want to be able to do that. That'd be nice. And then teaching self-improvement. I hope I can help a lot of people fix their lives by giving them great advice. Because from personal experience, self-improvement is amazing. I love it, and it could really help the world be a better place. I can really help the world be more morally right. I can also help people with their family, you know? Maybe I can maybe I can save someone who eventually becomes a father, and I can help them be a good parent as well because they have a good moral compass. They don't end up treating that child bad and just, giving other people bad lives, horrible lives, making other people's lives worse. If I can turn someone who makes other people's lives worse and turn them into someone that actually benefits other people's lives, that is great. If I can make someone from completely lazy to someone that at least like works out, or at least does one healthy habit, like at least isn't super depressed anymore, like now they're okay, like now they're fine to like live on. Now they have like some reason to live on. That's great. I just saved a life. It doesn't have to be suicide. It just saved a life from them having a miserable life. Save them from having, and yeah, no more miserable life. Yeah. Anyways, I keep like ranting on. It's the passion. It's the passion. Yeah, that's it. Now I am gonna put a little perspective here, and I can imagine if I were an atheist. I think Jordan Peterson talked about it a little bit once, but I came up with it before I watched the video. And I can understand how you can struggle a little bit with purpose, with a moral compass, if you're an atheist, especially an atheist who like really doesn't like God, like specifically has resentment towards God. I can understand how that can really that can really cause more miserable life. I'm not taking a shot at atheists, you know. Atheists can be good people on earth. They just won't know why. They won't really know the true meaning of being good. They won't really know the Holy Spirit, you know? They'll think it's all, you know, based on human science, based on scientists. The reason for living completely based by scientists. And that's reasonable. I understand. But